Okay, so we're finally on to the last set of experiments, the final 4 experiments leading up to pretty much the routine that I constantly do at home and also tell my clients to do. So I'm adding into this routine the bonnet, which is something that I used to sleep in. I started this video coming unprepared and I didn't bring my bonnet into the room with me, but I will just show that later when my hair is dry and I'm about to go to bed. So, starting back at not putting any product in my hair, and you know, as I've been doing, going all the way through to putting a couple products in my hair and seeing the difference with what just a bonnet alone will do in keeping the shape of the curls. So I've kept my hair pretty wet. I'm not going all the way back to the start. But yes, I'm just going to use my disposable / microfiber towel and just get out some of that drippingness from it. The drippingness. Whoops, I'm scrunching it. I'm not meant to be doing that. Oh no, wait, am I? Maybe I will scrunch, fuck it. This has nothing to do with not scrunching it. The last 3 I've scrunched it. Okay, so, actually, I fib. This is not, what am I even doing? Yes, I will do the bonnets. The next one I'll add twisting. So this isn't quite the full routine. Okay, I'm just gonna stick with just the scrunching because what I wanna do in the next set of experiments is add in a little bit of twisting because I do that. Do that. Maybe I should just start doing that now. You know what? I'm gonna start doing it now. Fuck it. We're gonna add a bonnet and we're gonna add twisting. Right, so you scrunch, you scrunch and you scrunch. So we've done the scrunching. Actually, I usually get up a little bit more than scrunch, don't I? So quite wet hair, just a little bit microfiber towel dried, scrunched. Not gonna put any product in. Okay. And then what I do is, you've got your scrunched hair, but what I've been refraining doing is twisting some of the bits. So what twisting some of the bits does is it can just help to define some of the curls that don't want to like ringlet up or curl up as much as the rest. So take for instance this strand. It's a little bit, I don't know, it's a little bit smoother, sort of a little bit frazzly. So what I do is I take that area and I just twist it in my finger really loosely. Sometimes I give it another little scrunch. But yeah, this side is always a culprit for just sitting like more wavy than curly. Like this side seems to curl up quite well. Goes a little bit more curly, whereas this side, yeah, there's a section, especially like all through here, that just sits straight up. Same with underneath my hair, but mainly this area I like to focus on. Sometimes just on the top layer, I'll just give those curls on the top a little bit of encouragement. And yeah, what I find is that just helps it to look a little bit more bouncy and a little bit more even. And it also helps the curls to like clump together just a little bit more too. A lot of little. Right, no, that's the wrong direction. Actually, that's a good example of like what way to twist it as well. So if you're twisting the hair in a direction that it doesn't want to go, it's probably likely to see it just kind of doesn't really look any extra curly. It starts to unwind itself, doesn't look any better. So that means you've twisted it in the wrong way, or the way that it sort of wants to rebel against. But when you twist it in the right way, when I say wrong and right way, I mean the way that the curl naturally does want to go. See how the right way, it goes a lot more ringlety. So you can experiment with that. So you can sort of twist it one way. Actually, that looks pretty good. Twist it the other way. Okay, look, sometimes it can just work both ways. But there would be, like, I feel like there's always a better way. There's always a way that seems right. And I seem to have, like, this side seems to want to curl more like back and away from the face. Whereas this side, the curls seem to go better forward and towards the face. So that's sort of like what I do. And then also you can do it like underneath. Sometimes I'll just do it, you know, I've got like a few little pieces that don't want to curl up as much underneath. The underneath is still a mystery to me because I can dry it like this and it looks curlier, but then as soon as I sleep on it or anything, it goes back to being much flatter underneath. And this is also a problem that I've just noticed. A problem, I say. It's also like a concern of clients that I get in all the time is like, oh, the underneath of my hair sits a lot straighter than the top. Which can just be like a common curl pattern. I think it's like just the hair around the hairline isn't as curly. Also, yeah, the fact that you're like lying on it, I guess all the curls on the top squish it down, but you'd think that the curls on the top go flatter than the ones underneath. So it's a bit of a mystery as to why it does that to me, and I've always tried to play around with solutions, but again, that kind of is why I'm doing these experiments, because once I reach the point of the routine that I do regularly, I'm gonna start looking into routines I've never done before, and maybe follow more like the curly girl guide and stuff, and see if any of those routines actually keep the curls underneath lasting longer. I haven't used a diffuser yet either, so I don't usually use a diffuser, only if I'm going out somewhere or if I really want my hair to be like in place and voluminous. So probably after the bonnet, I'll get into that. Because that's probably like a step that I also do, but not all the time. All right, I'll come back when it's dry, and then I'm also gonna just show you the bonnet that I wear. All right, I'm back and my hair is dry. This was no product, quite wet, scrunched, but with a little bit of twisting. And you can kind of see that, like, I think this happened before, but I just get like a really nice few little ringlets happening on the top rather than it being flat, I suppose. Yeah, it's actually sitting quite well for no product, is what I'm trying to say. So there's the back. I'm kind of seeing this result anyway in the last set of experiments, but this time I am going to be sleeping in a bonnet, a silk bonnet, and this is going to protect my curls when I sleep. So I find that by wearing this, it stops frizz and it stops the hair from tangling and knotting and stuff like that. And I also feel like that my curls are just better the next day. Like I don't really need to rely so much on an oil or a leave-in conditioner to smooth it out and make it look nice again. Generally, I can just get away with shaking it out. Sometimes I like to put an oil or a cream in to give it some gloss. But yeah, so silk bonnet is the way to go. I know you can like sleep on a silk pillowcase as well, but I don't know, I prefer the bonnet. I think it just keeps everything together and it generally stays on. Sometimes I'll move around a lot and it comes off. So yeah, I've kind of bunched my hair up like in a sort of ponytail on the top of my head so I can shove it in there. And then I like that this comes with two, you can go in there, like sort of like a 2 like ribbons on the sides because it like keeps it nice and tight. And I just do a little bow at the front. But yeah, shake it out a little bit so it's kind of loose in there. Yeah, that's what sort of I've been sleeping in this. And it's like really nice and comfortable. Hi, and we are on day 4 of sleeping in a bonnet with hair that has no product in it. Like, show what it looks like to take off my bonnet because the hair does look a little bit different when it's like straight out of it, I guess. So I unravel the present and I take it out. Yeah, this is kind of what it looks like. In fact, it can even look worse sometimes, but like it will all just be like a back on off my face. So what I do to undo it is I just simply give a little shake out, but I just kind of pull the hair apart a little bit because sometimes it just like all gathers in one spot at the back, and especially at this front area, just pull it like back towards my face. But yeah, often, and I think I'll start showing this because this is what I kind of do the next day, and I'll try and do it on other ones as well. But if I want to keep wearing my hair out like this and not wash it yet, but say like I noticed that like there's a few little flyaways and stuff, I mean that's sometimes when I'll bring out my cream and I'll put the cream in. But if I don't have cream or if I'm not using any product, what I do is I just grab the hairs and I kind of just give them like a little bit of a retwist to get all those little flyaways and strays back together. Right, so using this sort of like prayer hands thing to sort of smush all the hair back together seems to work really well. It just kind of smooths out the surface. But yes, this is day 4, so I even lasted an extra day than the 3 days. I feel like it's doesn't feel knotted or anything, which is really good. And like considering I went walking around a zoo and went out and stuff like that, even when it was a bit rainy, like even the wind and stuff hasn't tangled it as much. Like there's a few little ones kind of through the ends. But yeah, I think that's just a whole lot nicer than when I haven't worn a bonnet. I think the bonnet, I'm really noticing that yes, it does in fact stop the hair from tangling so much and doesn't look as frizzy. I feel as though the curls look nicer, like they don't look, you know, they've definitely flattened out a bit for sure. Like underneath here, it's, I don't know. You know what, I don't know if my curls are just like that underneath there at this rate. It could just be like that anyway. So, you know, maybe it's inevitable that it will do it. But yeah, a few little random bends like this and stuff, but when it's all shaken out and put together, it actually looks pretty good. Okay, so now we're ready for experiment number 2 with wearing a bonnet to bed, seeing how that lasts. So last one I did nothing to my hair, no product or anything, and then this one I'm gonna do some cream. So I realized that it's probably unnecessary for me to do this part of the videos because I guess I've already done it. The only thing we're looking at or really want to look at is what difference a bonnet makes, like how it's looking at the start of the week and then how it's looking before I need to wash it again. I didn't do a video last night before I went to bed. I just took a photo, so I thought I might do a video of me just unraveling my hair on the first day after wearing a bonnet. Because in the last one I kind of did it, but I'd already taken my hair out. So yes, again, so this is what it looks like when I freshly take it out of the bonnet. This is more accurate. So as you can see, it's gone a little wild and woolly at the front there. And yeah, it just kind of like squishes up a little bit at the bottom. So what I do is just shake it out a little bit. Give it a little shake from the roots. Get my finger like near the roots of my hair and shake it out that way. Did get caught in the rain yesterday, so that didn't really help. But yeah, see how like with bits like this, I just kind of grab them and twist them back together that way. And that way that kind of tames it, if that makes sense. Gets them back together, so it just requires a little bit of like picking it out. Usually just the top layer is all that needs to be done. Yeah, I'm just getting them back together so it looks neater. Then what I usually do is, so yeah, just kind of pull it apart a little bit, get it sitting nice again. And then I just get like just a little tiny bit of cream or serum and just pop it through like the mid-lengths and ends and work it up. And that just smooths away any extra little flyaways. That little scrunch. Ta-da! These flatten down a bit. And there we have it. Next day after the bonnet. Oops, I need to show the back. There we go. Okay, I failed and I went to bed really late last night and forgot to wear my bonnet. So this is what it looks like without the bonnet. I feel like it's definitely messier and flatter already. So maybe this is what it was looking like in previous experiments, but yes, I'm gonna continue with my next couple of days and I'll just wear a bonnet. I'll try and fix this up and smooth it out with a little bit of cream again. But yeah, I failed a little bit on that one. But I'm just gonna continue because I couldn't be bothered doing it again, to be honest. Maybe I'll do it one day when my hair's longer. So yep, there we go. Okay, so I'm on day 3 of sleeping with a bonnet on, with just conditioner in my hair. Now, I'll admittedly say that I did not sleep with a bonnet last night, so really I only slept with a bonnet for 2 nights, and then this is day 3. So I feel like it kind of flattened it out a little bit on the bottom, but it still is generally pretty good. I've already failed this twice. For some reason, I just keep going to sleep without a bonnet on like the 3rd night. So I like couldn't be bothered doing it again, so I'll really try and stay on top of it with my next experiment, which will be putting some curl cream in. So yeah, we'll see how that lasts and see if we can notice a difference with that, because that's more like my routine anyway. So yep. All right, we're on to number 3 of the wearing a bonnet experiments. So I did fail the last one. I didn't wear a bonnet on my last night, the 3rd night, but I took pictures of it anyway because, you know, close enough. This time I will just remember to do it. I'm just gonna wear my bonnet every night, even if I'm super tired or whatever. Just I need to get up. Sometimes, you know, you just get back from work and you crash in your bed and you just don't get back up again, and that's it. So yeah, I'll wear it this time. So again, doing this routine, I don't know why I'm doing this all over again. I guess like maybe it's relevant if I'm just watching this video, I want to remember what I was doing. So I am just still running just my fingers to comb it out. I think soon, maybe in the next ones, I'm going to start using a brush for a comb. Actually, I've been liking a brush more than a brush to brush out my curls. Yeah, so this will be with a bonnet. So yes, this one I'm doing just curl cream, no curl conditioner in with it. Ooh, I think I'm losing a little bit more hair at the moment because your girl's stressed. She's stressed. All right, so I did actually already give it a bit of a towel squeeze with my microfiber towel, or disposable towel if you will. I actually washed this disposable towel because, you know, why throw something out straight away when you can still use it? It did shrink a lot, that's what I noticed. I wondered what would happen if you washed a disposable towel, and it just shrinks. All right, oops. So still going with the Davro. It is lasting such a long time. Okay, it's nighttime, so I'm being really quiet, but I thought, oh my god, I almost went to bed without showing how it dried. So I went for a big walk in Edinburgh today, and it was kind of rainy, so it did fluff out a bit. But this is just putting in some curl cream and scrunching it, and I'm going to be sleeping in a bonnet for the next few days, so I'll try and keep it updated as to what it looks like over the next few days and if it stays nice. But yeah, it's dried out really nice and curly, so we'll see how it goes. Alright, I'm really fucking tired because I got like 2 hours sleep. I don't know, who knows, but I have to go to work and I have to do this video because it's the 3rd day of my wearing a bonnet with just the curl cream. Anyway, basically I wanted to just like do this video because I hated this one. I don't know, I'm actually hating like all the ones that I do with just the curl cream. Maybe I don't like this cream. Maybe the cream is not good for my hair, but it doesn't feel sticky. It just doesn't feel nice, if that makes sense, by the 3rd day. And I feel like it really flattens out my hair. Like it actually makes it just like, whether I wear a bonnet or not, it's like worse. Like it takes whatever shape I do lie on it with. So maybe it's just better for like thicker hair. My hair is too fine for it or something, but I think for the curl creams I'm gonna start using a different cream. Anyway, I'm gonna brush my hair out today because I just don't like how this is sitting, and I couldn't be bothered washing it. Okay, get lost, my alarm just went off while I was doing that. Anyway, so I'm gonna brush it out and then I'll be doing the curl cream and a leave-in conditioner for the next one. Okay, we're on to the last experiment of using a bonnet. So this morning I was super tired and I was complaining about the last curl cream that I was using, which was this one, the Davro Curl Definer. As much as I have liked this, I just have noticed that, I don't know, I've just stopped loving how it's feeling in my hair. Maybe it's expiring. I don't know, because it was given to me from someone who wasn't really using it, so I don't know how old it was. So yes, I'm going to move on to using the Kerner Curl Cream, which goes along with the Kerner Revive Balm. So clearly I'm running out of this, and I love it so much, but it's so expensive, and I was working in a salon when I bought it, so it means I got a discount. So I don't know if once it runs out, I will have to just use something cheaper. But my workplace also gave me this because they weren't going to use it. I don't know. I think it was actually discontinued. So They have got other curl creams, but I took it anyway. So who knows, maybe this will expire as well, but I just feel like I really dig Kerner, and I'm using the Kerner Curl Conditioner, which I really love as well. I want to use a brush. I'm going to start using a brush to brush out my curls after washing it in the next experiments. But wait. Okay, so I've woken up and, you know, I've gotten dressed and everything, obviously, but my curls are actually sitting even better than when I went to sleep. So I don't know if that is because this curl cream is better. I think this curl cream is better. It feels so much softer. My hair doesn't have that like sticky feeling at all. Oh my God, I'm obsessed with Kerner. Kerner is just such a good product. Anyway, so this is first sleep with the bonnet on with curl cream and leave-in conditioner. Leave-in conditioner obviously helps as well. I think I just haven't been liking curl creams on their own. So it'll be interesting, like the next experiment, to see if this curl cream on its own is actually better than the other one for my hair. I'm not saying that it's a better product in general, but it could just be better in my hair. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with how that turned out. I should probably show the back of my head as well, actually. I've been forgetting to do that. Oh. So that's the front, and that's the back. Alright. It's very early in the morning, that's why I've been quiet as well. Alright, so we're on day 3 of wearing a bonnet, and this is with my hair that has curl cream and leave-in treatment. So I just wanted to show what the hair looks like when I freshly take off the bonnet. So as you can see, there is quite a bit of paralysis after 3 days. It does happen that way. My bonnet actually did come off a little bit. When I woke up, it was not on fully, so that probably caused it to go a little bit fluffy like this. I think I need to get like a silk pillowcase as well, so then there's backup if it comes off. But yeah, I just wanted to show what I do to my hair the next day. Now I need to get some oil for this because I think I actually prefer using an oil in the leave-in treatment every time. But basically, my hair comes out and there's like a few sort of areas in my hair that have knotted together. And obviously there's the flyaways. So if I wanted to just sort of go about my day and not wash it again, I would sort of just grab the parts of my hair that have knotted and just untangle it really gently. So what I do is I just kind of like pull the hair out of each other that has gotten together. So there's a knot there, and it's just very, very gentle. And I prefer to do this because brushing through the knots sometimes can make it worse. So I am going to brush my hair today. I haven't brushed my hair yet because I wanted to show what my curls were looking like after 3 days. But yeah, this is kind of what to expect. At least what I expect anyways. A little bit of frizz and a little bit of that. So I think this is where people are like, oh, my hair never lasted 3 days. But I think it's revivable, right? So once I've gotten some of the knots out, really only have them underneath. They always just have it underneath. I think it's because my hair is, it needs a cut again. I still have just the very last bits of bleached hair left in those ends, and really they do need to go about that much too, I think, which is sad because it's like, oh, that's where it's starting to feel like longer. That's okay. So grab my trusty leave-in treatment, my Revive Balm. I just put in a very small amount, run it through my hands. And we're just gonna grab it from the top and just gonna rake it through. So I just put most of it on there and then I prayer hands it. The prayer hands being this sort of action again. So I do that to really smooth it through the curls, but I'm not really brushing through it. That's so I can keep that curl shape. If I wanted to brush it, I could brush it out, which I might do anyway. But yeah, really focusing it throughout. The reason I think in the oil it might be better when I eventually get an oil, I might get an argan oil again. Just gonna pop a little bit more in. Just they spread easier, and then you can use like something like this Revive Balm for when it's wet to really have it sink into the hair. It's not gonna waste all your best product at once just to smooth out frizz, but my hair's not gonna complain with extra Revive Balm at the moment because she needs it, especially through these ends, but at this rate, I think they just need to be cut off. They just need to go. I don't think they're gonna survive with no matter how much oil and treatments I put in them. So yeah, you can see already that that has calmed it down quite a lot. It's really calmed it down. But to take it a step further, you know, you can just sort of grab like the curls that still want to be a little bit separated, and I just give them like a little retwist. Just twist them back together. And I find that that is enough to just get rid of the extra frizz. And it looks really good again. And that took like 2 seconds, right? That's all it needs. Because the bonnet has really protected it. It hasn't gone too crazy. So this is the back. That's what the back's looking like after 3 days. I think this is my favorite one. This is my regular routine. I'm using a cream, like a leave-in treatment, a curl cream, and a Bonnet microfiber towel. It's like not very hard, doesn't take very long, super easy to do and maintain.